I feel like that's a vibe here in Sydney. Everyone's really friendly and happy to see you. They certainly are since I've been here anyway.
Well, the sunshine definitely helps. Like, I feel like everyone is much, much happier when the weather is good. So that's a good plus.
Yeah, and the weather's a big draw, the lifestyle here, isn't it?
100%. Like, it's why everyone comes to Australia. It's not perfect all of the time. I think Instagram would have you believe that it's sunny 365 days of the year, which it's not, but it is the majority of the time, which just means that you can do so much more. It's a big outdoor lifestyle, and yeah, that's why most people are living out here.
Yeah, I noticed that, and to draw that comparison, I mean, I'm in the UAE, where it is almost sunny 365 days a year. Incidentally, they ship most of the sand from Australia to make the beaches in Dubai, don't they? Which is quite an interesting thing, given that the whole place is made of sand. But the lifestyle difference is noticeable. Yeah, yeah. People are out, they're active, and it's out on the beach paths. Everyone's cycling, running. It's such a high energy and like vibrant culture down here, isn't it?
And it's amazing. So like, I live in the eastern suburbs, which is basically the coastline along, just full of different beaches. And you'll go down in the morning, and it's 6 a.m, and they're packed. Probably the busiest time of the day is like 6 a.m, and everyone's doing their exercise, whether that's running or swimming or just out having a walk and a coffee. But people really make the most of the lifestyle. So like, that's before they've even started work. They've gone out and they've experienced some of the outdoor lifestyle then. And it's just great. Everyone's into their fitness and health, and it just, it makes a difference to get that set up before you even start your day.
And is it more of a thing then that people go out for their morning exercise as opposed to going to the gym, which is what I'd see more back home? Is that more of the way it happens?
People do both. Like, the gyms are packed out here as well. Like, you've got all your big brands that everyone definitely goes to the gym as well. But people alternate, I suppose. And it's easier to get up and get out when the weather's nice. Whereas a lot of the time in the UK, especially in winter when it's dark and rainy, you just make excuses not to go because you're like, oh, I'll just stay in bed. But yeah, people do a bit of both. They still definitely go to the gym. It's just people are more into their fitness, in my experience. That might just be these parts of Sydney, but that's what I've definitely found since being here.
And lifestyle was the pull for you originally for coming here?
Yeah, like, I kind of fell into it a little bit. When I started my career out in finance, there was an opportunity to work abroad, which I've always loved traveling. And I thought, great, sign me up. And then Australia was naturally on the cards, because what we did with my previous company and was still around sort of Brits that had moved abroad. And Australia is naturally one of the countries where there are more Brits. And kind of got moved here with them, and then stayed for the lifestyle predominantly. Yeah.
It's one of the biggest, it's the biggest collective population of Brits overseas, isn't it? And it's always been, like, Australia is kind of like lusted after. It has been since I was a kid. I have friends who moved to Australia when I was in my 20s. And it's that faraway place. It's that ultimate getaway destination, isn't it, for Brits, I think?
I think the reason is because it is a bit of a home away from home. Like, I've lived in another couple of countries. Like, I lived in Indonesia and Malta and Thailand, but nowhere's ever felt as much like home as Australia. And I think that's because, one, there are so many Brits out here, but two, it's an English-speaking country, which helps you kind of integrate into the culture. The culture is very similar to what it is in the UK. Yeah. And so when you've got all the same things that you like about the place you grew up in, but you have better weather and better outdoor lifestyle, then I think that's the reason why most people want to move abroad to here.
And when they move here, generally, because of the distance, is it the distance, but they tend to make more of a commitment to be here for the longer term, right?
Yeah, I think when you've sort of said to all your friends and family, right, that's it, I'm off. And back in the day, it used to be that you'd get on that ship and you really wouldn't go back. Now it is more that people can go back and visit family more frequently, but because the lifestyle is so great out here, and once you get used to that, it is quite hard to then go back into what I tend to have thought about it was a bit of a grind back in the UK. Like everyone works particularly long hours, and when it is raining and dark, there's not as much to do. Whereas out here, you can just do more with your day.
Yeah. It does feel that it's more of a permanent move when people make it in higher droves. So, I mean, we were here doing an event last night and meeting a lot of Brits. And generally speaking, people had been here, the ones I was talking to, they'd been here for sort of 10 years or more. And it was very much a lifestyle permanent move. Whereas when we do those events in other parts of the world, it's, we've been here for 2-3 years, not sure how long we're going to be here. We might go home eventually. And does that mean it's a different type of planning that you're doing for clients out here?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think in other regions, you're right, it's maybe less permanent. And in other regions, our USP is in some maybe European countries or the Middle East, they might not be able to do the domestic financial planning because they might have the language barrier. So here we've not got that unique selling point, but for us, we're really moving their assets from country to country, and it is more of a permanent financial planning that we do help with those types of clients.